There's a meme that pops up every once in a while in online kink circles that sometimes sparks a lot of controversy. The premise is, I can safe word whenever I want. And it goes on to detail some examples like I can safe word if I have to pee. I can safe word if I'm not in the right headspace to receive a punishment. And it ends with saying, even if I can't really articulate why I need to safe word, I'm still allowed to safe word. There's literally no instance in which I'm not allowed to use a safe word we have agreed upon for my comfort and safety. I'll put it here so you can read the whole thing. So it usually shakes out that there's one subset of kinksters that hear this and they're like, well, yeah, of course. And then another subset that like, that is ridiculous. Oh my God. And generally what determines the differences between those reactions is if that person identifies as a traditional practitioner or not. Now, there is this rivalry of sorts between the traditional, old school, old guard kinksters and the folks that don't identify that way, usually pointed out as the TNGers. TNG stands for the next generation, and it's actually a group for kinky folks under the age of 35 that was started in about 1999. And today you'll see TNG groups and chapters in pretty much every major city or location, and even online, and they will host munches and events and classes for those that are 18 to 35 years old. And over this particular subject that this meme was about, is it a meme if it's not funny? Is it just like a text image? I don't know. Anyway, well, come on, safe words are serious. You can't just safe word because you have to pee. I mean, what are we just using safe words for anything? They're losing their meaning. What if somebody just safe words constantly and they cry woof like they're abusing their safe word? And the other side to that is like, well, of course you can safe word whenever you want, because if you can't, that's not consent. So right now, I'm going to ask everyone, no matter what core philosophy you adhere to step back a second on this whole safe word whenever I want issue. Because I think we're all saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently. And something I say a lot also comes into play here. Kink is customizable. And what I mean by that is many of the concrete rules and definitions and concepts and best practices that we have in kink really aren't that concrete at all. In many cases, we can tweak the details of those things to align with what works for us and discard the stuff that we think is just ridiculous. As long as we uphold the core principles and foundations of what we do, which are based upon mutual respect and consent, how we achieve the outcomes we want is completely up to the protocols and the agreements that we have with ourselves and our partners. So right now, take however you personally define a safe word and the different purposes that it serves in different contexts and throw it right out the window. Let's start with a clean slate. And although anyone can use safe words, whether they're dominant or submissive, the subject here is talking about submissives safe wording. So let's go there. In their core selves, submissives have to have a way to be autonomous and to advocate for themselves. That is consent 101. Without that, there's no consent. And without consent, what we're doing is not kink. It is potentially abusive. And another thing we know about consent, it is always ongoing and it is always revocable at any time by any party participating. Because again, without that, that's not consensual and that's not doing kink. But then here's the problem. Let's say you're a submissive in a 24/7 type dynamic, an MS dynamic, where your core identity, your everyday, is submitting and defaulting to the consent decisions of your dominant. In some situations, it has been mutually agreed and negotiated that within the dynamic, that submissive partner has handed over their autonomy, their decision making, their preferences for certain things to default to the wishes and the control of the dominant. They make those decisions for you, and in essence, within your dynamic, you have given up your autonomy. And that just doesn't apply to here and there in the bedroom. That applies to your day-to-day. Welcome to the fuzzy gray area of 24/7 DS dynamics. Go back and rewind a little bit. Remember how I said you have consented and negotiated and agreed to give up that autonomy or those decision-making powers within your dynamic. For submissives, there's always got to be some part of yourself, even if you kind of push it to the back seat, that is autonomous, that can advocate for your own consent, that can speak up, because without that consent, what we are doing is not kink. That autonomous parts of ourselves that 99% of the time we're not putting forward. We're putting forward that submissive self, but it has to be present at all times. And it cannot be part of that consensually agreed upon uneven power dynamic. And that little autonomous parts of ourselves that we retain, even when in the back seat, they're always watching, always present, always ready to speak up, call that safe word, say when something's wrong, say, hey, I want to take a time out and talk about this, whatever it is. And that autonomous part of ourself has to have the right to do that at any time for any reason. But the customizable part is we decide and agree together how that happens. What's the protocol behind it? So back to safe words. A safe word is just a shorthand communication tool to say, whoa, hold on, time out. Autonomous self has to come forward and advocate for my consent in one form or another. There are an infinite number of ways we can agree to do that with our partners that works for both of us, or all of us, if there's more than two. For some, it might be like this meme. I have a safe word that I can use if I have to go pee, that I can use if something is horribly wrong and I have to go to the emergency room. They're one and the same. And there are other people that might hate that. They might be like, oh my God, how could you use a safe word for like this same thing? That makes no sense. A safe word has to be reserved for, that certain group of things that is more serious. Whatever serious means, that's subjective. It's whatever you decide between the two of you. But I notice when I see the criticisms of this meme, like, you can't have a safe word to go to the bathroom. Oftentimes it's followed up by, yeah, I just have myself, we've agreed that they just say they have to go to the bathroom. Or we've talked about this before, and our agreement is I get to decide whether that sub goes to the bathroom. And if I say no, a consequence to that might be they just go right then and there. And we've agreed to that ahead of time because maybe we like that kind of thing, So even though in those situations, you might not technically be using a by the book safe word, Red, Richard Nixon, whatever it is, your communication is still serving the same communication as a safe word would. Some people have different safe words. Let's agree on this safe word for like big emergencies, this safe word for let's take a time out, this safe word for I'm uncomfortable, I need to, pee or rearrange my left arm, this safe word for, oh, I'm feeling a little blood sugary, it's a medical emergency. You can make up whatever consent communication framework you want, and you can call it a safe word or not. As long as we're all doing consensual kink, which is what we should all be doing, it doesn't matter what we call it. It's still serving the function to advocate for our consent. So rather than arguing over semantics, well, you called that a safe word, let's look down to the function of what those consent tools serve, because we're all a lot more alike than you think.